watching The 7 from WATE 6 on your side.
Good evening, I'm Bo Williams. Welcome to The 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories. And at the top of the list for us tonight, East Tennessee now a step closer to hosting a first-of-its-kind nuclear reactor. It would be built in a place familiar for decades, the Clinch River site in Roane County at the edge of the Department of Energy reservation. Also familiar, the pitch for what would be built there, a small modular nuclear reactor. The design aims to make reactors safer and more cost competitive compared to traditional nuclear plants and carbon-based energy sources like oil and gas-fired power plants. For years, we followed as TVA and the Department of Energy have worked to get approvals and environmental assessments needed to put it into use. Governor Bill Lee visited the Clinch River site earlier this month. The utility says it is now preparing an application for a construction permit to build an SMR there. TVA has already set aside $200 million for its new nuclear program, of which the Clinch River site is one part. But today, the action shifted to Washington, D.C., where TVA announced the next step, signing of a partnership agreement between players in the nuclear power industry to design a reactor for the site, which would serve as an example site for more reactors all around the globe.
The era we're facing here is one where energy security and decarbonization are going to be at the heart of this country, Canadian, Polish, every country in the world. You cannot sacrifice one for the other. We can't have a decarbonized economy without energy security. And having energy security, if we don't address environmental issues, is equally unacceptable. So that's the challenge. But we should be excited about the challenge and what it's going to take to meet it.
TVA CEO Jeff Lyash there getting at the potential benefits, fueling a renewed push for investing in nuclear energy. Overseas conflicts keep interrupting supply chains for oil and gas. Think the war in Ukraine or output restrictions by the cartel of countries which supply crude oil to the market. Also, it comes against the backdrop of growing concerns about climate change, prompting countries to push for carbon-neutral policies. Proponents have leaned into promoting nuclear power as a green energy source since it doesn't add carbon to the atmosphere. And they tout the more constant and concentrated nature of nuclear power compared to wind or solar installations. Now, we think this is such a big story, it's worth looking deeper at how we got here. In a way, it's a homecoming for the idea of harnessing the power of the very bonds holding together the stuff that makes up the universe. You see, the Clinch River site is just a stone's throw from the place where the U.S. refined material, which would eventually become the atomic bomb, dropped in Hiroshima, Japan, in the closing days of World War II. In the late 1970s, the Clinch River site was selected to possibly house a breeder reactor, where nuclear techniques would produce fuel for other reactors. Then President Jimmy Carter even visited as the project was under consideration. The breeder reactor never came to pass. The 7 Mile Island meltdown and the Chernobyl disasters would soon sour the public on expanding nuclear power. And as the cutting edge of nuclear power comes full circle to East Tennessee, so it would seem have the factors driving nuclear investment. It's hardly a stretch to compare the inflation, energy, prices, global political instability, and environmental worries we live with now to those from the days of the Carter administration. We followed the site since then, and of course, we will keep doing so. FBI agents announcing another big move aimed at stopping drugs following a big route into our area. That route is the Detroit to Knoxville pipeline. The effort to cut that pipeline, dubbed the 313 Initiative for Detroit's area code. Tonight, more arrests from that effort, and here's what agents say they found. Executing a search warrant yesterday at a home on Boyd's Bridge Pike. Guns, drugs, Richard and Lauren Adams taken into custody. We're told 3 children also in the home at the time of the arrest. Those kids, by the way, were taken into DCS custody. Tragedy makes its way into our Big 7 list tonight. Knoxville police investigating an accident that killed 1 person this morning. The wreck happened at the intersection of Asheville Highway and Ruggles Ferry Pike. The person on the motorcycle died at the scene. A preliminary report says the motorcycle was heading down Asheville Highway when a Honda SUV then tried to turn left onto Ruggles Ferry. The motorcyclist reported hitting the side of the SUV. We don't yet know the name of the person, though, that was killed. A vehicle break-in caught on camera comes in next on our Big 7 story list for you tonight. And this one stands out since one of the items reportedly taken was an urn filled with a loved one's ashes. Check out some of the surveillance video shared with us by Knoxville Police and Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. The video documenting the scene March 11th, right around 1:30 in the morning at a parking lot in the South Ridge Apartments on Birdie Ranch Street. It apparently shows a person trying to get into cars, managing to get into a truck, getting away with that urn that we mentioned, which reportedly contained the ashes of the truck owner's father. Other items reportedly taken from the truck as well. Suspect's car should be quite recognizable. It's a compact four-door hatchback with a driver's side fender and door that have taken quite a beating. The window appears to have been replaced with packing tape. Anyone with information needs to call Crime Stoppers tonight at 865-215-7165 or reach out online or through social media. There's several ways you can do it. You can stay anonymous. We want to remind you of that, and the right information could bring home a cash reward. Next on the list, more big changes to the Cumberland Avenue Strip. You know, recently we found out that Core Knoxville bought the Copper Cellar building. That's according to documents from the Knox County Property Assessor's Office. The building sits on Cumberland Avenue between 18th and 19th Street. The buyer, the developer behind the hub on campus, once complete, the project will bring retail space and more than 800 new apartments to the area. Something that is needed as UT faces record high enrollment and a high demand among students for places to live. Now, University Liquors had to relocate after Core Spaces bought their building as well.
We're looking forward to being good neighbors to the developers. Core Spaces has been good to us. They certainly did accommodate our family business for a full year in operation, which really put us in an advantage to be able to move when the time came.
We did reach out to Core Knoxville and Copper Cellar today and have not heard back, though, from either group.